All right, Shalom Israel. Scripture of the day is John 8:44. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honor to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone. Most salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hope for elect, soon to be the elect most high will. To the hope for extended elect, Shalom. I want to try to quote it best I can. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, the lust, and you will do the lust thereof." He abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. He's a murderer. And it also says, when he speaketh of his lie, he speaketh of his own. He is a liar and the father of lies. So this so-called white man, that's Yahweh Shai speaking to our people, like, you follow this so-called white man, you follow the devil, And even going back to when he told the disciples, he said, they asked, who do we give tribute to? He said, given to Caesar's what is Caesar's, given to what is the Most High is what is Most High. And we live in a world to where, it says, show me the inscription on the penny. Of course, it's their image, the enemy's image, the so-called white man. We still have that today. You can still use that scripture well today, as all these scriptures, even concerning prophecy, especially. So, you look on your dollar bill, you have Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, and all. Some of those are the founding fathers, I think, is represented on the, on Mount Rushmore, whatever. But, and we still paying tribute to this man in that kind of way, where he's the oppressor. But our people, it says, envy not the oppressor. It says, choose none of his ways. And it's funny that, our people still believe in this Jesus character, going back to Serapis Christos, going back to Ptolemy in the days of the Greek. They still Greekanized, they still Hellenized this very day. So you got this soft image of this so-called Son of God, which is they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, and even his picture that remains in the churches of a lot of our people, in the houses of a lot of our people, and when they display him on these movies, he's soft-spoken, So our people are following not only a false god, but worshiping that image, and that's not the image of the beast, but they do cater to that image. That's what they picture when you say the Son of God. Even maybe Yeshua, I don't know. They know the truth, but they probably still picture that so-called, that Caesar Borgia picture. So, and it lets you know that. Meanwhile, the so-called white man in real life is pretty much beating our backs with oppression, modern-day slavery, concentration camps that he's, alligator Alcatraz, and all those things that he's doing, but he'll still portray himself to be that image or that character that's displayed in the movies. Like, this is a Christian country. But that's, that was a setup to feminize Jake. Once again, to feminize Jake. Not only the food, not only, these drugs, not only, taking father out the house, but to follow that character of that soft-spoken image that you see in the movies. And, that's why the churches are filled with sodomy. Churches are filled with women running the church, because they follow this dude, So that's very detrimental to our people, man. That image is very detrimental to our people. it's not really strong enough to be the image of the beast. You know, the image of the beast is the system. Things are very systematic. Not only that picture, but it's the way that the churches are ran. It's the way that the ghettos are set up. It's the way that they have what do you call it? Classism. You know, these platforms of entertainment and idol worship. You know, those are systematic elements of the beast. You know, characterization according to his education, according to his rules and his laws. So, but that dude got a stronghold on our people, you know, that has that in their head, embedded in their head, seared with a hot iron, to follow even the character. You know how people, whoever our people idolize, they get the same haircut, they get the same clothes, they get the same tattoos if they have them. They get the same car and all that, and that's the same way. And basically, too, with this system, with the image of the beast, you know, the whole democracy, the ideological play that, you know, goes into the society, pumped into society, whether it be church, school, education, politics, and all that. So, you know, but like I said, they don't portray that image. They don't portray a soft-spoken, good image, Christian image, because it's all fake. He's the father of lies. And our people are, you are of your father, devil. And right there, it was talking about spiritually, and more according to characteristics, more according to, you know, mental state. Because, you know, Yahweh Shai even know that the father, you know, carries the seed, you know. But he did say, you are your father, the devil. And if they believe the devil is a entity or whatever, a ghost, like, how is it going to be the father of you are of your father, the devil? How is a entity going to have a son? You know, or a ghost. You know, the angels don't marry like men on earth. So, this Stockholm syndrome. It's a long centuries of lies and deceit. That's why our people can't get this out of their minds, man. They can't get the Christianity out of their minds. You know, they can't get the Cesar Borgia character image out of their minds. You know, and it leads to death. It leads to femininity. You know, on a high level, even with men, and you know, even with those rock stars and all that grow their hair long and they kind of grow a beard and they think they look like the Son of God. Son of God doesn't look like what they have in the churches. Those pictures, you know, he was a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, and the rest of, you know, the disciples, and of course it's a speckled bird. You know, we got our people that look like us. I mean, that look like so-called white people that are our people. A lot of those Italians, you know. You can come from, if their seed goes back, all the way back to Jacob, you know what I'm saying? They on their father's side, then they're of Israel, you know? And Israel is the people before there's a place. So, but, you know, this is the fulfilling the lust. Like, our people fulfill the lust through this character, so Jesus. Because he lets you do anything you want. You know, Jesus will forgive me. You got strippers that go to a strip club every weekend of their life, maybe even in between. You know, they're not the worst. I'm just saying how they, you know, have church as a cloak for their sins, so to speak, if I'm saying it right, to be forgiven in their own heads, their own minds. You know, Yahweh Shai was austere. The real Son of God was austere. They don't show him in the movies like that, so they're lying about this stuff, man. You know, so you got to be careful who you believe in, who you follow. especially with a lot of these bug outs that are saying that, you know, coming against us, the Israelites, especially GMS. You know, these are the same people that want to live in this world. They want to extend themselves in this world with longevity, even with their children after them. They want to enjoy the festivities of this world, the lust, like it says thereof. They want to, you know, have, you know, they a lot of them are financially stable. You know, they're not going through hardship. You know, so they forget the affliction. A lot of them are agents set up, provocateurs. A lot of them are spies. You know, a lot of them are actors. They just want to be a part of something. So it's all kind of crazy stuff happening in those dynamics, man. But you know, Most High will we endure to the end and not get sideswiped off of wayward doctrines, bogus, man. You know, and you could do your research over and over again. You'll find that it's bogus. You know, we gotta prove ourselves too. We gotta, you know, it gets shaky sometimes with the, you know, you gotta stay on your cue, what have you. You know, but if you follow that straight path, that narrow path, keep following the breakdowns of the apostles, you know, you end up well off, you know, because we know this is a wicked world. We know this is lies. We know the so-called white people are the devil, and they so much of a devil that we even said some of the Israelites can look like them, and they still call us a racist group, and they still use that black stigma upon us, that black label upon us. So you know that's the devil, man. Anyway, hope it was edifying. To the next video. Shalom.